Michelle Lynn Kosilek, and I support the proposed moratorium on prison construction because prison population is not the problem here anyway. We've got plenty of unused housing here. And the primary problem we got is a disrespectful superintendent who won't open this housing. The best example of her character was recently exemplified by her claim to your colleague, Ms. Eiterhoven, that myself and others were willing to stay in double cells because we were refusing to move to the Algon unit because there was no Wi-Fi in the Algon unit. That's not true. Nobody ever asked us about it, and if asked, most of us would have said the same thing I'm thinking now. We would rather have a single cell than worry about Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is available all over the prison. It's available in this building. This is being done by Wi-Fi in this building. Short staffing has been one of the biggest issues. One of the problems is because about a third of the people that worked here transferred to other prisons when they discovered Super Marchand was coming here. From our perspective, we witnessed dishonest management by her and her deputy all the time. I saw Deputy Superintendent Lazat tell Representative Eiterhoven that it was a security violation for her to try to get a prisoner's contact information. When I complained about being this double-celled with a child rapist because I was raped as a child, she said, "You're not on my singles list." And a few days later, she moved me to an upper bunk in another cell. I'm 74 years old and have bad tendons in both elbows. That's about what you need to know about Miss Lynn Lazat and the superintendent. But we recently received a number of new correctional staff from Walpole. So 2 of the closed housing units could easily be opened using 6 full-time officers and 2 officers for relief. That would put everybody back in a single. And I have a federal court order to be in a single. Kosilek v. Spencer, 774 Federal 3rd, 2014. Other than that, they do strange things like forcing us to wear only green t-shirts when the property policy, which is a state regulation, says we can have black, white, and blue. I spent 28 and a half years in the men's system. When I came here, they confiscated my colored t-shirts, said we can only wear green. We could buy white, but we couldn't wear them. This is very odd. Perhaps you know why they do this. But there's plenty of housing space here. There's plenty of space for vocational programs, but we have none. The men have training in, they have training in plumbing. They have training in vocational, HVAC stuff. They have training in welding at the men's system. We have no vocational training here whatsoever. The recent return of the right of prisoners to get Pell Grants would let us get a whole bunch of vocational training programs here that would give people an opportunity to do something besides steal when they got out. And yes, there will likely be retaliation for revealing some of these inconvenient truths, but it's what it is. I have a musician's order for a bottom bunk, but Deputy Superintendent Lazat is a woman with no medical training, is the one who makes the final decision on bottom bunks. She and Superintendent Marchand are all that stand in the way of Framingham becoming an effective rehabilitative entity. But everyone I've asked agrees that we don't need another women's prison because we have plenty of housing here. What we need is hope for a better future at Framingham. Thank you for your time. Thank you for inviting us. Do you have any questions for me?
No questions. Thank you. Annette Stewart,